Fat boy, come on. You know we had to do a podcast, right?
What's your name, fat buddy?
Of course, you were looking food. What the hell?
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
I'm gonna eat it.
You owe me for one jelly donut!
Fat motherfucker.
Listen to it. My wife said no one's gonna listen to us.
I've got bigger titties than you did!
Bullshit, because nobody fucking had geese back at that point for a bigger guy.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I might be somebody's shot of whiskey.
You can't think about, hey, I need to lose 100 pounds, and think about winning that day.
Fucking, I want a cheeseburger and a milkshake. Yo, what's up, fatleets, and welcome to episode 56 of the podcast. Oh man, and if you hear in the background, you can kind of hear what's going on during one of my matches this weekend at the Tampa Open, man. Had a great let me see. I'm gonna turn this off. So, man, I had a great time competing this weekend. I've been very, very nervous. I got full of a bunch of just, pre-tournament jitters, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. I just overthinking things. And, up into even this, so normally the tournaments I've competed at, I've all been kind of away. So I've had to make sure, you do a better job of planning things that you're going to have, right? Just like food, snacks, water. And I did a pretty good job of, having hydration. Didn't do the best job with snacks, right? But luckily for me, the venue had a pretty cool little snack shop there. They even actually had a bar with some liquor, had some beer. Did not have any before my matches or anything, so I'm not that crazy. But no, so like I said, I had been filled with anxiety of competing and just 100% of the imposter syndrome. Like, I don't feel like I belong sometimes, and I think it helped this weekend help me get over that, which was really cool. But so, being that Tampa's only like an hour away from us, an hour and a half away from us, I said, all right, I won't teach the kids class Saturday. I'll wake up, meet up with my buddy Pedro, and then we'll drive down there with enough time. We'll get down there probably by noon. My matches wasn't scheduled till like 1:45 originally. So get down there and I'll have enough time to warm up and whatnot. And so that's what I planned. I didn't, as someone who should have a plan B, I didn't. I was like, of course, the your best plans never, survive contact with the enemy. So come Saturday morning, I go, oh, I forgot my belt at the gym. Now I gotta go to the gym to pick up my belt. So I'm headed to the gym, go pick up my belt. Then I go get Pedro, go to pick him up. And he texted me. I passed a Chick-fil-A, and he texted me, hey, can you get me Chick-fil-A? I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, damn, so I have to go make a U-turn, get in this Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A's be crazy sometimes with the amount of weight. Get him his Chick-fil-A. We go meet. I get him, pick him up. I get to his house. No, we start heading towards Tampa, and we get on I-4 and get some of the worst traffic that I've ever seen. And the closer we get to Tampa, the longer it's going to take us to get to the venue. And I'm like, oh my God. So I start in the car, I start like, oh my God, of course we're going to, hit this traffic and whatnot. And then I forget to put gas in the car. So now I have to get off the highway. It's just like one thing after another. Luckily, we make it to the venue probably about, I think I had like 20 minutes to go, but I had to go so bad. I had to pee so bad. I'm in the car, like jumping in my seat, and Pedro tells me, listen, just when we get there, jump out and I'll go park the car. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'm glad he suggested that, because I honestly was going to probably just park the car and go on the tire, because it was that bad. So we get in there and run up to the bullpen, and looking okay. So I'm my name had just come up to the tournament, and it was just starting to get red. So I weigh in good. So remember, I actually wanted to get down to heavyweight, which is 208 with the gi. And the craziest thing with this training for the triathlon, I was thinking that the extra cardio and stuff, it would be easier for me to drop weight. However, I found that in the last 2 weeks, my weight had stayed the same, and if not gone up a bit. And yeah, I do know I'm kind of eating a little more, but I figured that I was doing, because of the cardio. Anyways, I thought it was going to be a wash. It wasn't. So I'm going up in the weight class. I'm into super heavy. 222 is the limit with the gi. I weighed in at 214. So I'm not at the place where I want to be focusing on trying to cutting weight, 5 minutes before a match or whatever. So I'd rather just go up and wait. Anyways, got my gi checked, yada yada. And as soon as got through the bullpen, I was being called up to the mat, and met my competitor, Arthur. Actually competes out of a school here locally in Orlando. And so made an error when we tied up. I did like 4 mistakes. Ended up getting an awesome picture of myself getting Uchimata'd by Gisela Villa. It was a nice picture. Sadly, I'm on the losing end of that Uchi. Then I couldn't, didn't recover my guard. I let him sink in the loop choke and tapped about, I think it was like 40 seconds into the match. I was like, damn, I didn't feel good. It was just, dumb things I did. So I said, let me stick around. Usually we don't have time to stick around for the open, because we have to leave because we got to catch a flight or something. So I was like, you know what, we're here. I asked Pedro if it'd be all right if we stayed. Because it was an hour and a half drive, sit there, do that match, and then it would have been dumb to drive back home. So I was like, well, I might as well stay. I'm here. So, then waited around for the for the open class. So what is actually, I believe, my first, no, it's not my first, because I've done absolute before, but didn't do it as a black belt. My first absolute black belt, because I've done it as a brown belt. Anyways, stayed for the open class, and in that match, I went to snap. Guy pulled guard. Tried passing his guard. Guy was really good at recovering and getting me off my base, so I couldn't finish my southpaw pass. And then ended up getting swept at the end. Threw up a really crappy triangle attempt. I'm actually surprised he didn't just throw my legs over and pass. I know, even though I lost this weekend, the key takeaway for me was just even walking onto the mat, shaking hands with the referee, shaking hands with my opponent, and then going like that. It's that I don't know if it was just because it was here in Tampa or whatnot. I don't know if it's going to be every tournament, but I felt like I hadn't experienced that little bit of a calm or lull. I've always been very, very anxious up until that point. I felt a little bit better control. So for me, that was a win. Got to see a lot of people. Got to meet a lot of people around, have some conversations. It was great. My buddy Jim came up, and man, I'm thankful for him. He was driving from Miami. He competed at the Nogi portion, which was Sunday, and he got first in his division, second in Master 2 black belt division. So awesome. Congratulations, Jim. But his drive from Miami, he also got stuck in some crazy traffic. Him and the wife and the kids were in traffic for 5 hours to get to Tampa. Man, that's some ridiculous traffic. So then after the tournament, we Pedro and I got in the car. We started driving back home. And Pedro really doesn't appreciate the way I drive. He thinks I drive too close. I think he feels that you need to have about 2 miles of space between cars. He thinks that a couple of car lengths is way too close. So, that's on him. But after that, we came up back roads, and we stopped at this taco spot in Mascot. That's a taco truck. And we got some al pastor tacos and some steak tacos. They were so good that we ended up getting another round. And what's his name? Pedro ate 6 tacos. I ate 7. And then I woke up the next day lighter than I did the day of the competition. So go figure. Just go train and eat tacos, and you'll wake up lighter. That's my takeaway. Have fun, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Fat Boy Podcast. Have a nice day.